cool. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome everyone to a new episode of Time Weaver and Friends. And I'm so excited because today we are with Arsenio, who is the alpaca best friend, alpaca shepherd of Alpacas del Camino. And yeah, so if you don't know Alpacas del Camino, today is your lucky day because we're going to hear all about his work and everything that he does with his beautiful animals. And yeah, so thank you for joining us. And if you would like
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Yes, it's lovely. We've been trying to meet for some time, so this is great. And if you are a Spanish speaker, don't worry because we will have another chat in the future in Spanish, right?
That's it for everybody.
Exactly, for
All
everybody.
languages.
All languages. This is a bilingual situation. So, Arsenio, if you would like to introduce yourself, maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Arsenio. I live in Cantabria, north Spain, and well, I have a small fiber farm where I breed alpaca and Angora goat.
Oh.
So, what I do here in El Camino, my project is based in the individual traceability. So, when you buy a bowl of yarn like the one that have Nicole or Flavia, you can come to my house and see Flavia, know the animal, and see the process, the second zero from where the animal of the animal that you have the yarn, all this fiber process. Okay, so what I try, of course, is to have the best welfare in my animals, of course. So when you come home, you can see it. That's for me really important. And then I made all the process, well, mostly all the process by hand. I pick the best fibers from the animal parts. When I shear the animal, it's part by part. A parenthesis. When you shear, for example, a goat or a sheep, all the fiber from head to the tail is the same. That is the same microns. Is okay in English?
Microns. Yeah.
It's the same microns. You don't have to choose between them. In alpaca, it's different. The the wider part is in the neck, and the thinnest one is in the tail. So if you share everything together, some parts can pollute the others.
Oh, okay.
So you have to choose the finest parts to make the yarns, and the widest the fibers to make, I don't know, for example, for felting, for a pillow filler, whatever.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't realize that the alpaca has a difference. Different parts of the body have different
Yes.
micron counts of the actual fiber. Very nice. And so thank you. And I always like to talk about like the place where the people are. And so I think it's important, like you're in Cantabria and maybe you can share for our viewers like your region and maybe like the climate, the geography, and maybe how that affects your work and your animals.
Well, first of all, I am not from here.
Okay.
Surprise, I'm from Mexico.
Okay. Where in Mexico are you?
From el Estado de México.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It's near the capital.
Wow.
So
Wow. And
my parents emigrated there. I was born there, and we come back here to Spain.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And they're from here, from Cantabria in Villacarriedo.
Oh, okay. So your parents are from here, but you were born in Mexico.
That's it.
Okay, interesting. Nice. And so now you're back to where your family's from. And yeah, so Cantabria is in the north of Spain, like north east area.
Northwest.
Okay. Yeah.
More or less. It's like in the middle, really.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I've never been there. One day I have to come visit.
You have to come.
And all of the friends. Yeah. So, okay. And so what is that region like? What's the weather like? What's the geography?
Well, it's different from Mexico. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
There's lots of humidity in the air. It's cooler. The medium temperature we have here is like 15 degrees.
Wow. 15 degrees.
Our hottest summers is of 29, 30 degrees. Is the hottest
Mm.
ones.
Wow, that would be lovely. Here in the south of Spain, we are melting in summer. Yeah.
I know.
I see you. You're wearing a sweater. You're wearing it like a cardigan.
Yeah, we have today like 20 degrees. I have another work. I don't only own the alpacas. I don't know how to say it in English. Help me, Nicole. Educador medioambiental.
Oh, you are a environmental educator.
Thank you. So, yesterday I had a visit with some little kids,
Oh,
and they had something. I don't know if it's like a fever or whatever that they passed it to me. And
no.
today I'm a little bit low, so I'm a little bit cold. So I have this cardigan for me.
Oh, sorry. Well,
When the kids pass you any illness,
mhm.
it's horrible.
I know they are just little petri dishes of,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, well, you have to
So
take.
that's why I have the cardigan. Our temperature today is like 20 degrees or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's not that cold,
it's
but
okay. It's not that
okay.
cold, but it's okay.
All right, nice. So, Cantabria, beautiful. And so you are an environmental educator as well. So you were, that's interesting. And does that relate to your work with the alpacas and the farm life?
Yes, that's first of all this welfare, animal welfare that I try to do. I have the luck
Mm-hmm.
to work with elephants, gorillas, rhinoceros, all these kind of animals.
What?
So the animal welfare that I find in these animals, I try to put it in my own herds. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
So as I work with them, with all these kind of species, I know what the welfare is from one to another. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, that's important. And then I know and I try to know what's back behind of all the, for example, the alpaca, the yarn that you have, it's not only alpaca. It's combined with nettle and with merino.
Oh,
So
with,
I,
you know,
yes.
love
So,
nettles.
sorry?
I said I love nettles. I'm actually, well, today I'm drinking dandelion, but yesterday I
Ah,
was so delicious.
so I try to see what's behind all these yarns and to see where does this nettle come from? Does it help the rural population there? What do you have behind these yarns? You
Mm-hmm.
know? So everybody's winning. These people can sell all these products in a nice price, so they have an economical base,
Mm-hmm.
and I have something different that is not seen here.
Mm-hmm.
And also important, I do not have to use any polyester, any nylon in my yarns.
Exactly.
These vegetable fibers,
Hmm.
how do you say cellulosa?
Cellulose,
Cellulose?
cellulose,
Ah,
plant fibers.
plant fibers. They have this resistancy
Yes.
that I
Yes.
want in my yarns. So instead of having to use plastic like petroleum, that is nylon, spandex, polyester, I use natural fibers. It's
Fantastic.
the plant fibers.
Exactly. Like this fiber. So I'm using, this is alpaca and nettles and merino. And so because of the nettles, I honestly think that it's going to be more resistant as a sock when it eventually.
That's it. A 100% alpaca socks is not wearable, it's not usable. It
The,
breaks.
yeah, the first pair of socks that I ever knit were made out of alpaca because alpaca is my favorite fiber. I think that out of all of the fibers, like it's the softest and most wonderful. But it's very soft and stretchy. So yeah, those socks, those first pair of socks that I knit, they did not last very long, but I liked them. Yeah. Um, Very nice, very nice. Okay, so that's really interesting. So you are working with other animals besides alpaca. So you're working with elephants. So there are elephants in
Yes,
Cantabria.
yes.
How
In
is this
Cantabria
possible?
we have Cabárceno. It's a
Okay.
huge park,
Wow.
and there we have many species. Some of them are really, really endangered. So I help people to understand why they endangered, what is our labor as a center to protect these animals, how are they in the wild, how are they in captivity, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's incredible. And so how did you start working with the alpacas like on your own? Like how did that happen? Is that a long time ago or what's your camino?
Well, this June I have been 8 years with alpacas.
8 years.
In
Wow.
June is our birthday as El Camino. Eight
Wow.
years from now. So, uh, in our family, we have always had cattle,
Mm-hmm.
cows, sheep, goats, whatever, but not fiber cattle. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's only meat or well, sometimes milk animals, but years ago. So, I had some goats.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back from Mexico, my father bought me a pair of goats and told me, "Well, do whatever you want, make your own business."
Wow. That's a
So
great idea.
yeah, so I started with this pair of goats until I reached a bachillerato. I don't know how to you say because the courses from country to country change.
I know. That would be
So
like
in the States,
in
it
the
is like
States, like 11th grade, like
could
getting
I think I don't know.
like 11th grade, like getting to junior year in high school.
Could be I don't know.
Yeah, around there, like towards the end of what we call high school in the States. Mm-hmm.
15 years. When was 15 years,
Uh-huh.
I had to choose between studying
Mm-hmm.
or herding my goats.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I was a little bit wiser than now, so I choose to study.
Mm-hmm.
I sold the goats, and well, I accomplished my studies. And when I finished them, I was like a little bit lost.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do now?
Yeah, what do I do?
The days were really really boring
Mm-hmm.
because I was finding a job. I don't know what to do, and I started searching what to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I discovered the fiber farms that you have in the states, and
Oh,
I fall in love.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
I said I want to be like those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I started searching. I brought my first alpacas from the UK,
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Yeah. And you
and
have
that's where.
right, sorry.
No, sorry, tell me.
No, I was going to ask you because I remember that you told me once that you had like a relation with the UK, like that you spent time there also.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I went there. I searched for the farms. I see all these animals how they were there, and
Mm-hmm.
I choose my first females, and I bring them to Spain.
Wow. And how do you bring them to Spain?
A mix of sheep, car, a little truck, everything.
Okay. Yeah, because that must be difficult.
It was really crazy.
It's an adventure. Like you had them in the back of your car. No, like basic kind of. Okay. Wow. Very cool. So you brought sheep with you. Okay. And then where the alpacas come in.
Yeah, another guy brought some sheep from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So the travel, the expense, it was really expensive. So we paid it by halves.
Okay, good. Yeah. Wow.
So it was a really a good luck for me.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
It was cheaper.
Yeah. And so then you started taking care of these sheep and shearing them. Do you shear the animals yourself?
Yes.
Wow.
Uh, it's more time consuming
Mm-hmm.
because I have to put all the hours of the day many things.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, how do I say this? Sorry, it's more time consuming, but it's better for me. First of all, the animals are more calm.
Mm-hmm.
I am the guy that they know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so it's all the same. It's the same guy. It's the same sensations. It's okay. If I bring someone to share them, they get really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, you can cut them,
Mm-hmm.
and we share them with this electrical machine,
Mm-hmm.
so you can cut the animals.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge and it really it's strong,
Really sharp.
and the
Yeah.
blades are sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, you can cut the animal. Second, he can take out the fibers, but it depends on how you shear the animal.
Mm-hmm.
The fibers can be used or not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So uh, I use many times. For example, all to shear all my animals, I can take up to a week.
Wow. Okay.
But all the fibers are correct, so they can be usable for the yarns. All the animals are calm. I did not cut anyone, so I prefer it.
That's nice. Yeah. And then once you have all the fiber, like how do you process that? Like what does that look like? Do you have to store it for some time? Do you do the washing? Do you send it to a mill? Do you have like a local place that you can work with?
Okay, first of all, when I shear, I sort this fiber. I take out all these fleeces that are not usable. You know,
Mm-hmm.
for example, the short ones. When a yarn, how do you say picar? Is
Scratch it,
itchy?
itches or scratches, yeah. When it's
Okay.
itchy.
When a yarn is itchy, sometimes it's because some of the short fibers get combined with the large ones. So these fibers go out,
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's itchy.
Mm-hmm.
So I take out all these small fibers. And then all my alpaca go to a mill that is in France. Okay? It's the only mill that I have found that can assure me this individual traceability.
Exactly.
Other mills are minimum of kilograms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For my project, that's not viable.
Exactly. Because how many animals do you have now?
Right now, 33
33. Wow.
between goats and alpaca.
Okay. Wow. Okay. And no more sheep. So you don't have sheep now.
No, no more
Okay.
sheep.
And why did you to goats and alpaca? Is there a difference in taking care of them?
Yes, lots of them. Well, there are herbivore animals that you can put them in the same field. That's good. That's great. But their nutrient needs it changes a lot.
Really?
For example, goats needs more zinc than alpacas.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So, giving all these complementary vitamins and all these additions, you have to be really, really conscious
Mhm.
because uh, amount of zinc that could be good for a goat can kill an alpaca.
Interesting. Okay.
So you have to be sure that all the animals eat what they need to eat where they need to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I made two little pens.
Mm-hmm.
So when all the alpacas are here eating what they need, I put the goats here.
Okay.
So I don't have any problems there.
Okay. And so what kind of plants or what kind of things are they eating to get the zinc?
I give them in a supplement.
Oh, in a supplement. Okay. So like that, so that you don't have to worry about it. So you give them. Okay. Cool.
Yes, here in Cantabria, the plants they are not really rich in zinc,
Mm-hmm.
so I have to put them in another way.
Okay. And you know that I'm very interested in all the plants. So what are
Yes,
what are they eating when they're just like around and eating the plants that grow there? What kind of things do they consume?
well, they really really like the goats. All these, I how do you call this? Zarzas.
Uh, zarzamora,
Yeah,
like blackberry, like raspberry,
the
blackberry leaf.
plant of the blackberry.
Really
The
interesting.
goats really really like that.
And so they eat the leaves of the wild berries.
That's it.
Wow, and they don't have problems with the thorns.
No,
Interesting.
the tongue of the goat has like a little, how say, like a film,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
like the film paper. It has like a little protection. So when they eat all the thorns, they don't get hurt.
Oh, interesting.
And also, if you have the opportunity in some goats, inside of the cheeks, you will see lots of little pimples.
Uh-huh.
That's like another extra skin that they have inside of the cheeks, so they don't get hurt.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, so the
If you
goats are
come here to Cantabria, I will show it to you.
wow, incredible. So the goats are eating the raspberry leaves, the blackberry leaves, and what are the alpacas eating?
The alpacas mostly eat all these is grass.
Mm-hmm.
Here we have different species. I don't really know about grass species,
No, I don't
but
either.
it's mostly their diet.
Mm-hmm.
They can try to eat, for example, a little bit of clover, as I can, a little bit, I don't know, or some leaves of, I will say this, sorry, roble.
Roble oak, I think.
Thank
Oak.
you. They
Oak.
like to eat goat trees. They
Hmm,
like to eat willow trees.
really? Wow. So interesting. And I wonder, yeah, they know what they like.
They really, really know. It's
Mm-hmm.
incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's of its smell. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
they know what is eatable,
Edible.
edible,
Mhm.
and what not.
Interesting. And so the goats that you have, the goats are Angora goats? All of them?
Yes, Angora goats, all
Mm-hmm.
of them. Well, my brother have a pair of other kind of goat. It's
Mm-hmm.
endemic here of Cantabria. It's called Corza Roja. In
Oh.
English, it could be like red roe deer.
Yeah, I
Corzo in
don't.
English is roe deer.
Yeah, exactly. So interesting. Okay, and why do you
The
think that?
name is red roe deer. I
And
don't know
why?
why.
Yeah, does this have any
It's his name.
relation with the deer? Interesting. Wow, amazing. So that's really fun. And so the Angora goats as well, you use their fiber, and you have.
That's it.
Hmm, very nice. And if someone was interested in getting your fiber, how do they go about that? Like, do you have your website, right? So people can buy yarn from you.
That's it. You can enter to my website. And well, I have a little problem right now. All the meals that I work with
Mm-hmm,
are a little bit delayed. So right now I don't have fibers and or any yarns.
mm-hmm,
But you can write me on my web page. You can write me on Insta on whatever.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. And you
So
also,
any doubt and whatever you can say it.
yeah, amazing. And you also have your Patreon. And so people can like sponsor individual animals on your,
That's it.
yeah,
You can be the how you can padrino
like the patron,
godmother.
the godmother. You can be the godmother, or the
You can be the
godfather.
godmother for one of my animals. So first of all, it's a huge help for me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
It helps me to buy food for the winter. Here
mm-hmm,
in Cantabria, our winters are really really cold. It
mm-hmm.
snows, it freezes everything, and in winter all the plants really they are water. They have no protein in it.
Exactly.
So when the animals eat them,
Mm-hmm,
they don't get anything.
mm-hmm,
So you have to give them food, extra food,
mm-hmm,
you know, like hay, lucerne, whatever.
mm-hmm,
Okay, so it helps me first of all buying all this food for the veterinary costs,
mm-hmm.
to make a I don't know whatever. It helps me in my farm to get better. So that's the help for me. What's the help for you? Because it is a quid pro quo.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you have a discounts on my web page,
Huh?
so it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Second, if you are the godmother of an animal, every year you have a how do you call it a skein
Gain a ball of yarn. Mm-hmm.
right, of that animal to your house. And also, if I get special yarns,
Mm-hmm.
you will be the first one to use them.
Mm. Yeah, because you do very small, you do like small batches. So if you want to have Flavia's yarn, like there's only so much that she produces every year.
That's it.
Yeah.
And imagine that it's a bad year for Flavia because she was sick,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Those yarn molds are less than the other years.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really exciting for people if they are interested in that traceability, which I think is fantastic. That you can know that like this wool comes from Flavia, like from this year. It's like a wine, you know the year that it comes from. And I think that that's really wonderful. And do you do international shipping? Like if someone's watching this from the UK or from the United States, like can they also get Flavia's yarn? Any of
Yes, they can get it, but please ask me first
Yeah.
because when you put it in the web page,
Mm-hmm.
it sends you to the first option it has.
Okay.
So maybe we can search for another option that is cheaper
Okay.
for
Yeah.
from the travel of the yarns from the
Absolutely.
sending.
So it's totally doable. So people from
Yeah, it's
around,
doable. It's doable without any problem.
they can get their Spanish alpaca or their Spanish mohair Angora to their house. Amazing. And so we were talking about how like every year like it could change for the alpacas, like the fiber could be different or something. Tell me about the lifespan of an alpaca. How many years do they typically live? I don't even know.
Normally from 18 to 25 years.
Oh, it's
They
amazing.
have, well, we have seen alpacas of 30 years, but it's like humans from 150 years.
Yeah. Okay.
You can see it, but it's really, really strange.
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
And
amazing.
when you buy baby alpaca,
Hmm.
it's the first, second, and maybe it depends on the animal, the third shearing.
Hmm.
From the third shearing through all the shearings of its lifespan, it's alpaca.
Hmm. Wow. Okay. And you have a new baby alpaca on your farm this summer, don't you?
Yes, Sibaris,
Just one, right?
just one.
Just one. Okay. And how is that? Who is Sibaris's mother?
Uh, her mother
Her mother. Hmm.
is that she. Her mother is Olivia
Olivia. Okay. And her father?
Neptus.
Neptus. Wow. That's amazing. And have they had, is this their first time, their first child?
Sorry.
Neptus. Is this Neptus and Olivia's first alpaca baby?
Yes,
Okay.
is the also is the first baby of Neptus.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Olivia is his third baby.
Third baby. And the three
Another
babies.
two in another farm,
Hmm.
and this one in my farm.
Okay. Wow. Very nice. And so it must be different to take care of, well, I'm sure Olivia does a lot of the caring for her baby, but it must be interesting for you because you have now a young alpaca on the farm to take care of. So it's different, right? Or is it the same?
It doesn't change a lot because the mother do lots of the things.
Mm-hmm.
So my work here is to see and check that mama is well.
Yeah.
When the mama is well, the baby is well. There's no problem.
Okay. Very nice. That's so exciting. So you have how many females and how many male alpacas do you have?
Females I have 9,
Uh-huh.
and males I have 7.
Okay. Yeah. And that dynamic, like, do you have to keep them separated at sometimes or?
Yes and no. Why? I have the females with some castrated males,
Hmm.
okay? And the complete males, the entire ones, I have them separated. Why? The heat season, I don't
Yeah.
know how to say it.
Yeah. When they're in heat, they're heat.
When they're in heat, thank you, because it's not seasonal. When they're in heat, it's induced. If the male do not breeds with the female,
Mm-hmm.
she do not enter in heat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so imagine that this female enters in heat and she gets pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
If another male breeds her, she will abort the baby
Mm.
and start to this heat again.
Okay.
So you have to keep them separated because these entire males can breed with a pregnant female, and well, it's like a continuous circle.
And that's probably like very tiring for the
It's really
female.
stressful. It's really tiring. It's all these hormones up and down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You kill the female.
Yeah.
That's why they have to be separated.
Okay. And how long is their gestation period? Like when the female
11 months.
11 months. Yeah. It's like it's incredible to think about that. More than humans, you know?
Yes.
And what about elephants? That you work with elephants? Are they that's even longer now?
22 months.
22 months. It's crazy.
Almost 2 years.
Wow. Yeah. Incredible. Those things that maybe if you're a city kid and you don't have a lot of contact with animals, you don't even think about that, you know?
Yeah.
That the elephant is pregnant for 2 years before the baby elephant. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Awesome. So I'm really excited about all of your fiber and all of the work that you're doing. And I hope that other people too can go check out all of your stuff. I also think your Instagram is very educational. You're talking all the
I
time,
try to.
right? You're always making posts about like different fiber. I think recently you were talking about like the synthetic fibers and how.
Yeah. Why do they smell?
Oh
They
yeah.
smell bad.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about that if people haven't seen it?
Yes, but I need you to help me
Okay.
because I have some words that I don't really know how to say it in English, okay?
No problem.
So, uh, why these fibers smell? Well, they're hydrophobic, like most of natural fibers. The hydrophobic, is that they reject the water.
Exactly.
So some natural fibers also do this, like alpaca, for example. Alpaca absorbs like 20% of their weight in water, only the 20%.
Okay.
So it's heavy raining, and you in the inside will be dry.
Mm-hmm.
Alpaca is great.
Mm-hmm.
But the synthetic fibers, they're not only hydrophobic, they're lipophilic.
Mm.
The
Like,
lipophilic, I think it's called like that.
yeah,
Lipophilia,
lipophilic, like attracted to
lipophilic.
the fat,
Yes,
no?
they track the fat, the grease.
Mm-hmm.
So all the grease that our bodies produce, all these fibers attract them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fabulous for all these bacteria because they have lots of love to eat all this fat. That's
Mm-hmm.
why they smell so bad because they have huge colonies of bacteria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So
have.
when we think of a cloth to make sport, we can go, for example, for a cotton.
Mm-hmm.
It's cheap. That's wonderful, and it breathes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have this uh, calorific potential.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say que no abrigan? They do not.
They don't like keep you warm. They
Thank
don't.
you.
Mm-hmm.
The plant fibers they do not keep you warm.
Mm-hmm.
So cotton is wonderful for all these things.
Can I pause you for a second because my doorbell just rang?
Don't worry.
Hold on 1 second. I'll leave this recording, then I'll just cut it. Look, it is. A ver, a ver, a ver.
And that's it. So, what I told you, what Nicole told you. If you have any question about anything, don't worry, write me. My written English is better than my spoken English, okay? So do not worry about that. And also, if you want to say anything, if you have any question, if you want to see any yarn, if you want to see, I don't know, any project made with that yarn, say it to me, okay? Don't worry about it. I do not, I have not beaten anyone for any question. And also, if you're in Spain and you want to come to see the animals, to talk with me face to face, whatever, just write me if you can in Instagram or in my web page. Okay, in my web page there's a little box for comments or whatever. So write to me, hey, I'm going to be in Cantabria those days. Can we meet? So you can come here to the farm without any problem. Okay. So let's wait for Nicole. Don't worry.
No, we're back after an interruption. I'm sorry. So you were explaining about the synthetic fibers and how they retain the smells and the heat, and how we can use natural fibers, cotton or alpaca, if we want to avoid that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
I have noticed that a lot too. Like if I have they talk about how wool or natural fibers, protein fibers from animals will be water resistant. They will keep you like they don't get dirty. They don't absorb, like you don't have
No,
to wash them so often,
that's it.
right? And I've noticed that like if I have a wool that's maybe superwash treated, which I think a lot of the superwash treatment is they almost put like a plastic covering
I,
on.
I don't like I hate the superwash yarns.
Yeah,
It's like
they
unnaturalized the fiber.
yeah, exactly. And I've noticed that like if I have a wool that is superwash or contains some nylon, it will smell, like it won't. But if I have a full like natural fiber, it's really nice and you can leave it for an entire season without even washing it. And it's fine. Just leave it out in the nice fresh air if you want to.
And that's it.
Mhm. So it's worth it, like to make the investment to create pieces, to create clothing, socks, sweaters, hats, mittens, everything with the natural fibers. And we need to be working on that to like make people remember. I think that we've forgotten that.
Not only remember to be conscious about it, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because when you talk about it, everybody talks, well, they are really, really, well, they are more expensive
Mm-hmm.
than the acrylic, for example, and that's true. They are more expensive. But all these advantages that you have from natural fibers, you do not get them from the synthetic fibers. It's impossible.
It's impossible. And you think about a piece, like if you invest in a piece that is like, first of all, you are investing in the farmer, in the animals there, in their well.
That's it. All the work that is behind. As I told you with the merino and the nettle that you had in the yard.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. So like you are investing in these practices in people who are taking care of their animals, taking care of the land, they're responsibly making choices. And then you have a piece, a sweater or some garment that is going to last you for years and years and years. And it is going to be functional, it's going to have the
That's
property.
it.
So it's super important. And I think that like as you go knitting and creating, I mean, we spend, I don't know about other people, but I spend months and months knitting a sweater. So, like, you are spending all of this time on it. So, you want to be using materials that are going to last, that are going to be responsible and important environment.
That's it.
Amazing. So, tell us a little bit about the fiber community and the knitting community. I met you last year this year in Madrid.
This year in Love Yarn.
Mm-hmm. And so, was that the first fair that you went to?
Yes, that was my debut.
Wow, amazing. You had a wonderful debut. Everyone loved you and loved all your fiber. It was so nice to go. I loved the fact that you had, well, the postcards with all of the images of your beautiful flock. Um, but also you had different fibers there for you to feel, like
Yes,
rose
I have
fiber.
it here.
Do you have it there? I was fascinated by the
It's my
rose.
little treasure.
Yeah, show us. Exactly. And so tell us what you have in there, some of the things at least.
Here I have everything. For
Of everything.
example,
I like
yes,
the rose.
everything. This is my moer, for example,
Wow.
for my goats.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I have here, for example, this is Egyptian cotton.
Okay. Wow. From Egypt.
Yes,
Okay. Nice.
I have camel from a
Oh,
small farm in Austria.
wow. Amazing.
The guy is called Jens. He has like a herd of like 15 camels.
Wow.
In the camel, you have to shear them the neck
Mm-hmm.
before the camel can change the fur. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's fibers. So you have to shear them before they change it,
Oh.
because with every change that the animal makes,
Mm-hmm.
these hairs grow wider and wider. If you shear them, they will have the same
Micron
micron.
count. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Also, I am in love with this one.
Okay. What is that?
This one is Manx Lowtan.
What is
It's a
that?
breed you have it in the States.
Okay. And
Uh,
say it again. What
it's
is it?
a sheep. They
Max?
have four. Sorry,
What is the name of the sheep?
Manx Lowtan.
Mansloten. I don't know this one. Okay.
They
All right.
have 4 horns.
4 horns.
Yes, and some males up to 6.
No. That's
What I tried,
incredible.
well, from here to here,
Uh-huh.
this is my collection of Los Sincronistas.
Uh-huh.
What I search here is to have wools and fibers that we do not have in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
So the merino is cool. It's a really good fiber,
Mm-hmm.
but there are lots, hundreds of breeds of sheep.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want here is to open this little door so
Mm-hmm.
everybody can know that there are different sheeps, there are
Mm-hmm.
different uses, whatever. So the merino is cool. We have more breeds.
Mm-hmm.
So I have Manx, I have Shetland. I
Mm-hmm.
really like Shetland also. This color is beautiful.
It is
I
beautiful.
love grays.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
I have
is your cardigan hand knit?
yes,
Oh, very nice. But you don't knit yet, do you?
No, this from my grandma.
Oh, very nice. But not yet. So you have to learn to knit.
I have to in a future, little by little.
Okay.
I have Polwarth.
Mm.
I have Corriedale. This is the most breed used in South America,
Corriedale, yes.
and they breed them a lot in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And also, for example, in my plant fibers, I have the nettle.
The nettles. We love nettles.
I have rose
The rose
fiber.
was so soft. Like
It's incredible.
how do you do they get that from like the stems of the rose?
Yes. For example, this is bamboo.
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
What they do in all these fibers, they cut the stem,
Mm.
and there you have some little like filaments.
Yeah.
And they take them and they start pulling and pulling and pulling, and they get all these little small little how do you say it? Hairs could be.
Fibers, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Incredible, incredible. I remember that the rose was like the softest of what
Yes.
feels like silk.
Yes.
It feels like
And
rose
it's
petals.
a substitute for silk also.
Amazing. And so tell us about Sincronistas. So what are Sincronistas? What is this project?
Well, los sincronistas, el sincronismo, it was an artistic movement in the 1920s.
Mhm.
What they wanted is like the people, when they see a painting or whatever, they feel inside those paintings. They wanted to synchronize the vision, for example, the smell, the imagine that you are seeing a party in the painting. They want you to hear those musics in those parties. They wanted to synchronize all these feelings. So that's how it was born. This idea of the synchronistas.
I love
I
it.
want you to synchronize the film. For example, this is Hirae. This is my bestseller in Los Sincronistas. Is a Ryland. As you see, this is a single. It is made of Ryland lamp.
Okay.
Lamps, sorry. La bebida
Lamps.
silent. So, here I want you to feel this, and not only the touch. I want you to feel home. I want you to feel cozy. For example, in other of my yarns in Puro, it's made of the manx. In Impuro, I don't want to make you feel happy. I want to get out of your anger. To think about all the things that you cannot do, but you can think about them. For example, I want to make this mix from feelings, because knitting is not only happy.
Of course.
When you knit, you can get out all your anger there. You can think about what you are nervous and leave it there and feel calm. All these things.
Amazing. Yeah, so that's really cool. So you thought about like an artistic movement, which is the synchronism, I guess, in English. I don't know.
I think that it's synchronism.
And like this idea of being able to bring the smells and the sensations from like seeing them in a painting or something. And so you brought that idea into the wool. And so
Into a yarn.
I love it. And what is the one you said, hirai? Hirai?
Kirae?
Yeah, what is
It's
that?
a word in Gaelic. Gaelico? Welsh? No, Welsh?
Gaelic. In Welsh. Okay.
Thank you. In Welsh, it's like the feeling that you want to be home, but it's not a physical home.
Okay.
It's like the sensation that you are home. So it can be a place, it can be a human, it can be a specific time. It's that feeling that you want to be there.
Beautiful. And so you bring that to us in the yarn.
In a yarn.
Oh, and that one, if someone wanted to bring some hirai to their home and knit with it, do you have that one available for purchase now?
Yes. For me, having the synchronistas between my yarns is a huge, huge, huge advantage.
Mhm.
Because, for example, from my animals, I have, for example, 10, 12, 17 balls of yarn, and that's it.
And that's
From
it.
los synchronistas, I can take from different herds, so I can make more.
Okay.
Of course, I go personally to see these herds, to see
Wow.
how are these animals, if they have a welfare.
Mhm.
I have and I try to make a how say trato,
Like an agreement or
an
a.
agreement with the sheep herd, so they have a good price. They
Mhm.
can continue live with this.
Mhm.
I use their wool that is beautiful, and I open this little door to sell to all these people in Spain that they don't know far away than the merino.
Exactly. Wonderful. I think that's a great idea. Like you said, to have other things like alpacas el camino can be more than alpacas, and you are the camino, the way to
That's it.
bring it. How did you get that name, by the way?
En el Prado,
En el Prado. Why?
en el Museo del Prado.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but why in el
They
Prado?
had an exposition of these artists from the Synchronistas.
Oh no, but I was asking you how you got. Okay, so that from
Ah,
there,
sorry.
El
I
Camino.
I I Camino
Yeah, like where did that name come from?
because I live in Camino.
Okay.
Here in Villacarriedo,
Mm-hmm.
there's a barrio neighborhood. My neighborhood is Barrio Camino.
Oh, okay, okay,
The
okay.
the, no, the name is very simple, but it's great because I can make all these word games.
Like a play on words.
That's it. So it's the way to, the way from, the way whatever.
Beautiful. I love it. So, before we go, tell us a little bit about like where El Camino is going in the future. What do you have in your plans for the next couple? Any ideas, projects, plans?
First of all, my project is not really big,
Mm-hmm.
so I can my vision from now to 7 years. I don't know. I see year by year, maybe 2 years. So my first step, I would really like to buy some more animals to
Mm-hmm.
grow my herds, mainly from alpacas.
Okay.
And then in a future, I would love to bring some Angora goats from the States.
Okay.
Uh, all these fiber producers, I mean sheep, alpacas, goats, all the animals that produce a fiber, they are mainly white.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because during the Industrial Revolution, you need wool to give to all these huge machines.
Mm-hmm.
So the most commercial color is the white
Mm-hmm.
because it can be whatever color you want
Mm-hmm.
because you dye it and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So here in Europe, all the Angora goats are white.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem. And for me, I love the natural colors. And
Exactly.
I search, I breathe to get new natural colors, grays, browns, beige, whatever. I found. So my idea is in the States, you have different colors of Angora goats. You have blacks, you have grays, you have browns.
Wow.
So my idea is bringing a pair from there,
Mm-hmm.
a pair in black, a pair in reddish, browns, and start breeding Angora goats here in Spain in color.
Wow, that's amazing.
So with my white ones, I
Mhm.
can have fawns, I can have chocolates,
Mhm.
and also we have the pure ones, the
Mhm.
blacks and the red ones.
Wow. And you just reminded me, you were talking about colors and stuff, and I was thinking about natural dyes. Like when you naturally dye on top of a brown yarn, you get different shades of the colors, and it's very beautiful. And I wanted to ask you about your indigo.
My indigo, well, it was a first proof.
Okay.
It went well,
Mm-hmm.
but I had a problem with the pH.
Okay.
It went too high, and it didn't work.
So the vat was a no-go.
Yeah, was lost.
But you're
So
growing indigo.
yes,
Amazing.
I'm growing another batch, so there's no problem.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. I'm going to put you in contact with a dear friend in the United States, Maria of Daughters of the Red Sunset, because she does lots of indigo and she also grows it. And I'm sure that you guys could talk and she would be happy to direct.
Sure, it would be awesome.
Yeah. Because that's amazing to have a dye garden and to be able to be dyeing your wool as well. That's great.
My idea is like specializing in a color, only blues.
Amazing.
Because if I make more, it's too much.
It's too much. And blue is a world of its own,
Yeah.
Like I do natural dyes, but I do everything but blue because indigo is just, it's like taking care of like another animal because it's a vat,
Yes.
it's a living creature. It's like a fermented, it's like sourdough, like making masa madre.
How do you call kefir? The
Kefir
one that you put, yes.
or kombucha.
Yes, it's the same more or less.
Yeah, you have to take care of it. You can't forget about it. You have to make sure all the variables. It's another one to take care of. So very nice. And another thing I like to do is give a space for you to tell us anything that has been inspiring you lately, anyone that you would like to recommend. Doesn't have to be in the fiber world, but just if you have any thoughts about anyone, someone who might be doing something interesting that you would like to tell us about. I don't know if you can think of anyone.
Well, right now, I I have my mind in white. For example, I really like art. So I have been in the Guggenheim, and I see the exposition of Yayoi Kusama.
Okay.
The lady's crazy.
Okay.
But it's wonderful what she makes, what she invents. And I was there with one of my friends, Lara. Lara is another artist, and she makes collage. So one of my recommendations would be Lara. You can search her in Instagram by Lara Lars.
Okay. All right. I will add the information down below so that people can check it out. And also
in the fiber world, they're really, really known, but I love what they do. I love how do they explain the things, and they're part of my inspiration on how I explain all the things and all that. That are Esther and Javi from Delana.
Oh, okay. Absolutely.
They are one of my inspirations on what do I want to say to all the people.
Okay.
Do I want them to learn? What do I want them to feel? All these things.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for those 2 recommendations, and thank you for your time today. It was so lovely to be in contact and to be able to chat. And finally, I know we've been trying for some time, but there's always something. Life with animals and on a farm is challenging. There's always something that can happen. So
there's something always new.
Yeah, something always new, and it's never boring, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Never boring. So I will leave down below your information of your Instagram, your website, your Patreon, so that people can find you. Maybe they can find you in some fiber festivals coming up this year. And yeah, so very exciting. And maybe we'll be back in Spanish sometime soon. And thank you again.
For sure.
Yeah, it was nice to see you. So see you soon.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.